Auburn Blitz is now on the air. Your daily look into what's happening in Auburn athletics. With your host, Andy Graham, Brett Pritchard, Randy Lee, War Eagle.
Hello again, everyone, and good Wednesday afternoon. I'm a day behind, JJ. Appreciate it. Good Wednesday afternoon. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. A lot to talk about on this edition of the Auburn Blitz. We welcome all of you in. Thank you so much for being with us today. Beautiful day outside. Hope you are all doing really well. We are brought to you each and every day by Russell Do-It Center. They got 10 locations around Central Alabama for all your building supply, home decor, tools, whatever it might be. Go and check out Russell Do-It Center today. You'll be glad that you did. I am Andy Graham alongside Jeremy Jeffcoat. We'll be with you for the next hour, taking your comments, taking your phone calls, talking about everything going on in the world of Auburn athletics and a little beyond. We always like to squeeze in a little Brave segment on a Wednesday. They continue to scuffle a little bit every time you think maybe they have found it, take maybe one step backward.
Win 3 out of 4, then,
And then you give up 6 in the second inning.
Yeah.
If you're your best pitcher, Kyle Wright. No, I don't think that.
I don't know. Statistically, so far, he's been our best pitcher. I don't know if Kyle Wright's the Braves' best pitcher.
I think that's correct. I don't think he was going to end up with a sub-2 ERA at the end of the year.
I think that still falls to Max Fried at this point. So
that's probably true. But in the Red Sox, they just seem to have the Braves number. I don't know what it is, but at least in Atlanta.
Is that old Boston connection, maybe? I don't know.
Maybe so. Yeah. The Braves seem to play them better in Fenway than they do at home. But nonetheless, the Red Sox come in last night and win that one. Braves will play the Red Sox again tonight. So SEC tournament going to get underway. It did actually got underway last night. It'll continue on today. Auburn and Missouri playing at 1:30 on the SEC network. So immediately following the Auburn Blitz, and we appreciate their consideration as always.
Absolutely.
For postponing that. But Auburn takes care of Troy last night. No problem, 11-4. They go to Troy and win in baseball. So that's only one more midweek game left on the schedule. That would be at Samford next week. Auburn 11-1 in midweek games this year. So Butch Thompson taking care of business. If you've got a depth on your pitching staff, that can definitely help you, and it puts you in a much better position moving forward. And as far as going into the playoffs, your record looks so much better when you can take care of your business during the midweek. The only loss on the season in the midweek to Jacksonville State. So only two series left. Alabama comes in this weekend. That's always an interesting matchup. There's always a little bit of extra motivation in there for both teams, but it will be in Plainsman Park this weekend. That is a Friday through Sunday series, and then one final series on the road at Kentucky. That actually is a Thursday, Friday, Saturday series, and then it'll be the SEC tournament there in Hoover. So looking forward to that. And again, Auburn taking care of business. Chad Isbell, the junior, getting the win last night. We'll talk about some things today on today's show. Love to get your feedback. Best and worst case scenario. This that time of year, we're starting to look forward toward kind of wrapping up the spring sports, looking forward toward the football season. 24/7 Sports gives their best and worst case scenario for each team in the SEC. JJ and I'll kind of look at that and see if we agree or disagree with their assessment for that. Also, again, we'll take a look at the Braves and talk about anything and everything that you'd like to talk about. 256-234-6221. That's our number here. Give us a call. Let us know what's on your mind, or you can dial us up on the Sports Blitz Facebook page. That's Sports with a Z, and comment away. One thing, just kind of want to start off. This kind of came to our attention yesterday. Didn't really have a chance to address it, but there was something that came out about the transfer portal, especially in regards to Auburn. There's been a lot of talk about how Auburn had so many guys leave through the portal and have not been able to replenish those numbers like they would like. So this came out yesterday. People's thoughts on this, general thoughts on this. Players in the transfer portal must be eligible to transfer and not just eligible GPA-wise. Good grades aren't the only thing needed. The player must be in compliance with the progress towards degree, the PTD rule, no, post-traumatic degree rule, no. And the desired transfer school must offer the degree in which the student athlete has progressed. Auburn ran into this with, who was it, Desi Seals from Arkansas, the basketball. You know, he was all set and he was going to leave Arkansas and ended up coming to Auburn last season, but Auburn didn't. They couldn't work it out. They didn't offer the major that he was in, so he ended up having to go somewhere else. It's a tricky subject. PTD rule is also known as the 40-60-80 rule, which states at the conclusion of the student athlete's sophomore year of college, the student athlete needs to complete 40% of their degree program. Junior year, 60%. Going into their senior year, they need 80% of their degree program. That makes sense. The problem several colleges face, and especially Auburn this year, is the degrees the university offers or doesn't offer. If a transfer is working towards a certain degree in his previous school and Auburn doesn't offer that degree, the likelihood is minimal of a said player being eligible to transfer. It has cost the Tigers with several transfers already. PTD rule, costly for Auburn. Latest casualty for Auburn, Texas defensive line transfer Myron Warren. Former four-star recruit was locked in for an official visit to Auburn. He was a top priority. However, Auburn's recruitment of Auburn was halted after transcripts revealed Warren would not be eligible to transfer to Auburn. Other transfers that had been forced to cease recruitment: Arizona State wide receiver Ricky Pearsall, Nebraska defensive lineman Casey Rogers, Texas wide receiver Kelvonte Dixon, and FAMU and Florida A&M edge Isaiah Land. Each of these players have either transferred to schools where they're eligible, which offer their majors, or have remained at their current school. Been a tough blow for Auburn, which was expected to add many players from the portal this season. It hasn't completely wiped out Auburn in the portal. There are still players eligible to transfer, including UCLA edge Obua Isabor, who visited last week. So Auburn, you know, that we're talking about 5 guys right there that just, yeah. And why, you know, why let education interrupt something? We're talking about football. I mean,
well,
what planet are we living on, Jay?
This is one of those things, and I go back to, we talked about this during the COVID year, right? The people who were able to best manage the COVID year, right, with whether that is, you know, taking safety precautions with the players, isolating players, whatever needed to happen, right? The ones best able to manage the COVID year were going to be the most successful in the COVID year. Same thing with NIL. Those best able to manage the NIL. The whole Wild Wild West thing, and I get that there's a lot of that going on, but I will guarantee you that the smart schools are managing that situation to whatever degree they can, because you want to make sure whatever the rules are, right? You want to you know, stay within them to the best you can. I mean, everybody's doing 65 and a 55, right? But you want to stay within them best you can, but manage the situation. So I think it's the same thing in the transfer portal. You know this rule's there. So when you make contact with a player, there's a couple of questions you ask, right? Number one, is he the kind of player we want? If so, number two, where's this PTD thing? You know. Yeah. So I think it's a matter of, and that's not just an Auburn thing. Every school, you've got to have a process a checkoff list, right?
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. They meet this, they meet this, they meet this. And now we can move forward with our recruitment.
That's
right?
the thing, though. You look at it, and I mean, obviously, this is an Auburn show. We concentrate on Auburn. We deal with Auburn more, so it's a lot more, it's a lot more Auburn-centric. But it seems that this is affecting Auburn more than it is.
Well, I don't know because I don't know how it's affecting anyone else. I mean, there could be 100 schools having the same problem or worse. I don't know.
It can't be just incredibly bad luck, though, that the positions of need are the guys that aren't eligible to transfer.
Well, it can't be bad luck. It also can't be, a conspiracy of 350 schools against Auburn.
So I mean,
I
there's
can't
got to be
imagine
somewhere
that
in
either.
between, right?
My guess is if it is affecting Auburn worse than other schools, and I don't know that. Somebody got caught not checking their boxes.
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
I mean, Auburn is not like, they offer a wide variety of curriculum.
That's right.
Just like everybody else in the SEC, I think.
Yeah.
They're no different than anybody else. Am I wrong on that?
I would think that would be correct, yes.
So if somebody knows, if it specifically has hurt Auburn more than any other schools and why that might be, if you've got any enlightenment on that, by all means, let us know. But maybe it is just some bad luck this year as far as
and again, you don't know if it's one. You talk about it in positions of need, right? Auburn has a few more positions of need than a lot of schools.
This is true.
So your chances of running into that are more. But my guess is it's probably not affecting Auburn any worse than it is anywhere else. But I don't know that, But I think in terms of affecting positions of need, once again, when you've got 4 or 5 positions of need, as opposed to 1 or 2 positions of need,
Up against our first break here on the Auburn Blitz. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
Hillaby Towers is an affordable senior citizens community located in Alexander City on Highway 22 East. Spacious one-bedrooms are available now. Great location, peaceful setting, comfortable living where pets are allowed and utilities are included. Call today to find out more information on Alexander City's best-kept secret, 256-329-0552. That's Hillaby Towers in Alexander City.
WOTM is the television provider for all Alabama High School Athletic Association championship events and special programs. WOTM is your home for the Super 7 football, state finals basketball, baseball and softball state championships, the AHSAA weekly show, and WOTM also produced the first ever football playoff show, Super 7 preview show, and reclassification reveal show. Your exclusive home for all things AHSAA is WOTM. Contact your local cable provider to request WOTM to your channel lineup.
Finding a job might be tough, but starting your new career has never been easier. Wellborn Cabinet in Ashland has a wide array of career opportunities with benefits. General labor production, skilled cabinet builders, product assembly line, shipping, over-the-road truck drivers, clerical, marketing, security, daycare, office clerks, and so much more. Apply in person, 38669 Highway 77 South in Ashland, or online at wellborn.com. Building cabinets, building careers, and building our community.
Whether it's Lake Martin, Lay Lake, or Logan Martin, boaters from all over the state of Alabama come to Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama, because it's worth the drive. With the best deals on unbeatable Suzuki outboards, Manitou and Landau Tritoons, and a great pre-owned inventory while they last. Alex City Marine is the pros the locals know. And no matter where you're from, when you're here, you're local to us. Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama. AlexCityMarine.com.
Heritage South Credit Union in Alexander City is your community credit union, and they have been for over 80 years. Heritage South Credit Union proudly serves Tallapoosa, Coosa, Lee, Chambers, Randolph, and Chilton counties. From checking to business accounts, to share savings to club accounts, to their kids club and investments. Visit them online at myhscu.com. Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union for 80 years. Federally insured by NCUA.
A&M Plumbing, A&M Plumbing, service at its best when you need it most.
From the smallest drippy faucet to drain cleaning to water heater replacement to gas lines to total systems replacement, A&M Plumbing handles it all. Visit amplumbing.net today for the experienced, licensed, and insured pros at A&M Plumbing.
A&M Plumbing, A&M Plumbing, service at its best when you need it most.
GMC Sierra 1500 AT4s, all-terrain four-wheel drives, are ready to roll now at Glenn Smith GMC in Opelika and discounted up to $3,800 off. And check out the GMC heavy-duty 2500s and 3500s. GMC Acadia, save up to $4,500 now with 0% financing on most new GMC models.
We have over 200 new and used vehicles on the ground or on the way. Get ready to smile.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and JJ here with you. About 45 more minutes left in today's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. We're brought to you each and every day by Big Fish Real Estate. For all your real estate needs here in the Lake Martin area as well as down there on the coast, give them a call today, 551-BIG-FISH, or look them up at bigfishlakemartin.com. All right, best and worst case scenarios for the SEC teams. Let's start with the East, and we'll move to the West.
This is interesting to me. Okay. And I have several disagreements with the list, just looking through it, but it's interesting to me.
It is.
Yeah.
We always kind of look at this, and obviously, the schedule plays a big part in this. But
sure,
when you look at it, and there's some other things too we may look at later on, but some interesting they went back and looked on 24/7 Sports and did. And they're doing, this is just the first of I think it's a 5-part series they're looking at as far as the talent level on each SEC team. But they go back like 4 recruiting cycles, and they look, and as far as your blue chip recruits, how many you've got on the team, and how the transfer portal has affected you, and all these different kind of things. So, but they start here today with best and worst case scenario for this upcoming year. Georgia, they have best case scenario, undefeated 12-0. Worst case scenario, 10-2, with a 7-1 in the league.
Yeah, I have a mild disagreement with the worst case. I agree their best case is 12-0. I mean, we know Georgia's loaded with talented players.
Everybody would agree with that.
I have a slight disagreement with the worst case because they did lose a lot. And a lot of leadership, a lot of defense, a lot of talented guys.
There's kind of a double-edged sword, when you have the greatest draft ever.
Yeah.
You lose.
Yeah.
That's LSU.
Look, there is no question. I kind of look at it like Alabama's team this past year, even though they did wind up in the national championship game, which I think is just more of a credit to Saban than anything else.
Or
but
Bryce Young.
You look at what they lost the year before, that team could easily have been a 4-loss team. And I think this Georgia team with what they lost, I think worst case scenario to me would be 8-4. I don't expect that, but I could live in a world where Georgia lost 4 games this year.
So they're looking at, they say the 7-1 in the league. Georgia doesn't play Alabama,
right?
So they're saying maybe a Florida, I suppose, maybe a Tennessee, maybe.
Do they play A&M or?
It's a good question.
Need the schedule to kind of figure it out. But
10-2, they're saying possibly they lose to Oregon.
Yeah, but they're saying worst
conference.
Case scenario is 10-2.
But so one of them be out of conference.
Yeah, I don't, and it would have to be Oregon.
It would have to be Oregon.
But I could see them losing that.
Can
Oregon
they lose
game.
that game?
I could see them losing at least one conference game, maybe 2. So 9-3, maybe. Maybe 8-4 is worst case. But to me, I just disagree a little bit with the worst case. I agree they could go 12-0, but I think they could also go 9-3, or if things go really bad, 8-4.
Yeah, I think you're right. All right, Tennessee, they have best case scenario 10-2, worst case scenario 5-7.
Am I the only person not buying Tennessee now?
That's a wide gap there.
I mean, that's a very wide gap. There seems to be a lot of hope, and I know that Hendon Hooker and Tennessee played pretty well at times, I guess.
I don't see Tennessee winning 10 games.
That's another one where my disagreement's on the upper end this time, rather than I agree they could go 5-7. I could see a 9-3 Tennessee team. If you made me do it, I have trouble with 10-2.
Yeah, I mean, I look at it and you think, okay, Georgia and Alabama, that's got to be 2 losses. You would think.
You would think.
So I mean, you're already 2 in the hole.
Right.
And so they would win it out after that. Nah, I don't think so. Florida ceiling, they have 9-3, 5-3 in the league. Bottom 5-7, 2-6 again.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that.
Again, at Florida, a talented team, but they were talented last year and they went
talented. They've had a little turnover. Obviously, it's a coaching change kind of year. You got a new culture coming in. I do think Billy Napier's a good hire, and I think he has all the potential in the world to be a great coach at Florida.
Yeah.
But I don't really disagree with any of that. Somewhere between 5 and 9 wins. Yeah.
Okay.
I can, things fall a certain way. It could go 9-3. I could see it.
Could South Carolina win 9 games? They have their ceiling at 9-3, their basement at 4-8, 1-7. Again, a pretty wide swath here.
That's tough to see. 9-3 is tough to see. I might go 8-4 as their ceiling.
Spencer Rattler, how much difference does he make?
I think Spencer Rattler could make a big difference. I mean, look, having a quality quarterback is step one in the process, right? So, and Spencer Rattler, before he, mentally went away last year, was considered a high draft pick in the NFL. So, yeah, I would change that maybe 8-4, 4-8 to me, but not too far off.
They drop Auburn. I don't know. I'm sure who they pick up from the West. I got to look at their schedule, but I'm with you. I think 9 is a bit ambitious.
Yeah.
For this South Carolina team, even with the addition of Spencer Rattler.
Now the next one's just silly.
Kentucky 11-1 is the ceiling. 7-1 in the league. 7-5, the worst case scenario for this. 4-4, 500 in the league. Worst case scenario for Kentucky.
Yeah. Number one, raise your hand if you think Kentucky has a legitimate shot at going 11-1.
Will Levis back?
All right. I saw a thing the other day. Who was it? Bleacher Report or somebody had Will Levis as the number 1 quarterback going to the draft next year. There is no chance that happens. Will Levis is a second, third round quarterback. He's a nice player. But Will Levis is not a guy that's going to lead Kentucky to 11-1 season. You're out of your mind. Now 7-5 is the floor. I might go 6-6 there. Give me a 1-game disagreement, but give me 9-3 as the ceiling. I just don't. Kentucky. I love the job Stoops has done there. I love the job Mark Stoops has done, but they're not 11-1. Now, if a bomb hits a rock, could they go 10-2? Maybe.
Yeah.
But 9-3, 6-6, that would be my window for them.
If a bomb hits a rock.
If a bomb hits a rock, they could go 10-2. Yeah.
Maybe.
It might be a sign of the end, but
All right, Mizzou 7-5, the top, 4-8, the bottom. Vandy 5-7. Right. The best case scenario for Vandy is a losing season, 5-7. Sadly, that's true. Worst case scenario, 1-11. I would say the worst case is 0-12.
Yeah, worst case is 0-12.
We got to take a break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with the West right after this.
Growing your business isn't just one thing. It's a million little things. Should you lease, rent, or own? How fast can you get that part? Does it fit the budget? That's what your local Cat dealer is here for. With expert advice, flexible financing, and industry-leading equipment, you can get the job done day after day. Visit ThompsonCat.com, your compact equipment provider.
The Eric McKinley team at Mortgage Pro in Alexander City is the perfect lender for all your mortgage needs. Property values have increased and interest rates have never been so low. So if you haven't looked at refinancing your house in the last 6 to 12 months, Mortgage Pro is here to help you take advantage of that. Our team is closing loans in 15 days or less, so give us a call at 256-397-0248 and let our team go to work for you today.
Frontline Outfitters provides all your aftermarket parts for your cars, trucks, and as well as your professional tinting solutions for auto, residential, and commercial buildings. Frontline Outfitters also handles vinyl wraps, spray-in bed liners, truck accessories, LED lighting, paint correction and detailing, and much more. Make sure Frontline Outfitters of Alexander City is your first call for tinting and aftermarket solutions. Call us today, 256-409-8100.
The interstate is backed up this morning due to an accident.
So you don't like sitting still on the interstate? Get the free Algo traffic app. With Algo, you'll have the information you need to avoid problems on your route, to work, to home, to the beach. Traffic backups, wrecks, lane closures, all with current info and live traffic camera feeds. Know before you go with Algo Traffic, ALGO Traffic from the Alabama Department of Transportation. Get it today and arrive on time.
Lake Martin Garage, located on Highway 280 in Jackson's Gap, has been serving our area since 1993. From routine maintenance such as oil changes, tune-ups, and rotating and balancing your tires, to transmission and engine repair, our trained and certified mechanics will get you back on the road better than before. Need a tow? With a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week towing service, Lake Martin Garage has local and long-range pickup. Trust your vehicle needs to the professionals at Lake Martin Garage. Call 256-825-6139, or better yet, stop in and see them today. Lake Martin Garage.
Russell Building Supply and Home Center is just around the corner in a brand new, convenient location with a wide selection of grills, hardware, tools, paint, lawn and garden, and much more. The new store offers more home improvement items along with other helpful conveniences like a drive-through lumberyard and our Best Rewards program, making it an ideal destination for do-it-yourselfers and professional contractors. Get ready for game day on the plains by stocking up on all your Auburn tailgating gear at Russell Building Supply and Home Center.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
For more than 40 years, Ingram Equipment Company has helped companies, towns, and cities with their dirtiest, most challenging jobs by providing the very best equipment and by helping them keep in tip-top working condition. IEC represents leading manufacturers such as Heil garbage truck bodies, Timco sweepers, Step pothole patchers, and many more. We proudly support all athletes and teams that compete across the state and wish them good luck this year. Ingram Equipment Company, ingramequipment.net.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and JJ here with you. Just about 30 more minutes left in today's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. We're looking at best and worst case scenarios for the SEC football season coming up. We took a look at the East in the previous segment. Let's switch gears, take a look at the West this go around. Right out of the gate, just like Georgia, Alabama, best and worst, 12-0, undefeated in the SEC. And worst case scenario for the Tide, 10-2, 7-1 overall. Who that one loss that would be to in the SEC? I mean, they lost to A&M last year, so I mean, you could A&M's coming to Tuscaloosa this year. You got an Iron Bowl that is always interesting. But
I mean,
it is in Tuscaloosa this year, but
I think that's probably about right. 12-0.
Yeah, I don't.
It's hard to imagine them losing 3 this year. Schedule being what it is, and players they have returning.
Bryce
and,
Young coming back. Yeah, that's
the thing. You got Bryce Young coming back, but you've also got Will Anderson coming back. So you've got arguably the best offensive and best defensive players in the country coming back.
That's a nice pet to have.
Yeah.
LSU 9-3, the high. Brian Kelly's first year, 5-3 in the league, 5-7 the basement, 2-6 for the Bengal Tigers.
Crazy as it sounds, I don't really disagree with that. I think 9's about their ceiling this year. They lost a lot of turmoil, a lot of transfers, a lot of I heard an LSU beat writer a couple of weeks ago talking about how there's just not enough bodies right now, and there's not as many bodies as you would like. And they're trying to fill it out with the transfer portal, and you bring some guys in. But in terms of quality guys, I think 9's probably a good ceiling for them this year. I think they're more of a right in the middle of that, like a 7-5 kind of year.
Speaking of the transfer portal and talking about Auburn and guys, I think Ole Miss has brought in like 15 guys to the transfer portal.
Yeah.
LSU kind of the same too. So apparently not that big of an issue when it comes to getting guys into a degree. So I think we got a phone call, JJ.
Oh, okay.
Hey, caller, you're on the Auburn Blitz.
Hey, Andy. Hey, JJ. How y'all doing today?
Hey, good. Terry, how are you?
Pretty good. This thing you were talking about with the portal, Andy, with Auburn, and the guys, not having difficulty academically, this is a direct reflection on what I think is Alan Green. I've always thought Alan Green was a joke, and this shows a lack of control of his coaches. There's got to be something. JJ said it best. There's somebody not checking the boxes, and that all falls on the head man. That head man is Alan Green.
Well, there may be something to that. Certainly, I would say somebody in the football operations office is more specific.
Yeah, the thing is, Terry. It's not a new rule. It's not. It didn't spring up last week, right? So everybody's been dealing with it. If it is affecting Auburn more so than other schools, and I'm still not sure that's the case. But if it is, then again, somebody didn't check the right boxes on time.
Well, it just shows a lack of duty, skills and duty that Alan Green has had. And like I stated, I've never been a fan of Alan Green, and I don't think he's going to be back next year. I don't know. I don't have any inside information or anything. I just think the guy's incompetent, and I don't know. I just think this is a direct reflection of his leadership or lack thereof, so to speak. But as I've said, JJ, many times to Andy and many others on this show, football is the money maker. It is. Whether people want to believe it or not. You can talk about how great basketball and baseball and girls softball and all that crap is if you want to. But football is the engine that pulls the train in this state. That's the way it works.
Yep.
And Alan Green, if this is going on and they're missing out on guys, and it's just very disturbing. It kind of reminds me of many years ago, back during the Tuberville era, there was an issue with some of the majors. Sort of the same thing. Y'all remember that? I think it was sociology or something like that.
Yeah, there was a whole deal with that kind of got blown a little bit out of proportion. It was a crip course, but it was available to everybody, not just athletes.
There's very rare. I think I heard Webb Sanderson say one time he never lost a player to academics because I just sent him down the hallway to go see Dr. Transcript.
Yeah.
Well, JJ, my question is this: how come all these very rare things seem to be happening all of a sudden under Alan Green?
That again, and I don't know who to put it on, or if it's like I said, you'd have to show me the comparison with other schools. Are other schools missing out on players? Are you just not hearing about it because they stopped their recruitment earlier because they found out that player is not going to be able to transfer in?
I mean, I would love to blame this on Brian Harsin, but this is Alan. This is his boss.
I have no idea who to. But the PTD, the NIL, the transfer portal, COVID, whatever situation and change that comes along, it is the individuals and the institutions that manage it the best that are going to be the most successful under those rules.
Sure.
And the thing is, like, Dabo Swinney can rail about how much he hates the NIL and the transfer portal all he wants to, and he may be 100% right. But if you don't learn to play the game within that boundary, you're going to sink.
Better look for work elsewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, he don't mind coming into Alabama and getting some top-notch recruits, though, does he?
No.
Y'all guys take care.
All right,
Thank you, Terry. Appreciate the call. Going back to the best and worst case scenario for SEC teams, Arkansas 10-2. 6-2 in the league, 5-7 in the basement.
It's a wide swing. I mean, it's a 5-game swing, but I don't think they're wrong. I mean,
I think 10 wins for Arkansas.
Yeah,
that's tough.
Man, they play so hard. You know what I mean? They really do. I'd have to see schedule.
Jefferson's
right?
coming back.
But I mean, I'm just looking in the West.
They beat A&M one time. Now,
Yeah.
granted, that was last year.
I mean, if I'm looking in the West, I see 4 teams that you could argue Arkansas will be in the West, right?
Okay.
And so you could make that argument. Now, I'm not saying you will make that argument, but you could. So, yeah, I mean, I believe in Arkansas going 10-2 a heck of a lot earlier than I believe in Kentucky going 11-1.
A lot of things got to fall right for Kentucky. I mean, for Arkansas, if they're going to win 10 games.
Yeah.
We got to take a break, but we'll be back with more of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
Lake Martin has a new car buying experience. It's the TR Group of Alex City on Cherokee Road. The TR Group has up to 100 late model vehicles to choose from and will not be beat on price, selection, or financing. With the TR Group, your selection and quality is easy and your good credit is rewarded. But we offer guaranteed financing on our inventory because your future is more important than your past. The TR Group, Lake Martin's new standard in auto sales. Located at 814 Cherokee Road, Alex City, USA.
Tails are wagging and pets are bragging about Zoom to Groom. Columbus, Phoenix City, and Sioux Station. Zoom to Groom comes to you. It's mobile pet grooming from the comfort of your driveway. Schedule your appointment now online at zoomtogroom.net or by phone at 334-740-9909.
Whether you prefer bricks, clicks, or taps, there's one place built around all your needs. For whatever it is you want to do. Even if your needs change, we'll be right there with you, making it all possible. Because you never know when a new addition will come along. So walk in, log on, or tap away. Either way, Valley's built to help you do you. Wherever life takes you, we'll be right there with you.
Hey guys, this is Nate Paz with Airport Motors.
I'm Connor Branch with Fairway Auto Brokers in Opelika, Alabama.
And this is your first ever Lake Martin Summer Car Blitz.
That's right, Lake Martin. Airport Motors and Fairway Auto Brokers is teaming up for the very first Lake Martin Summer Car Blitz. Make sure to check out either website for the very best selection of pre-owned luxury trucks, SUVs, and sedans in East Alabama. Get pre-approved in minutes online and make sure to use the keyword Summer Blitz in the comments section for $500 off internet price. That's keyword Summer Blitz.
At C&T Electric, our clients are our priority. For the safety and security of your family and home, our technicians are professionally trained, drug tested, background checked, and wear uniforms with name tags. We're proud to have served the Elk City, Dadeville, and Lake Martin areas for the past 10 years. Give us a call at 256-234-0007 for all your electrical service and repair needs. Or visit us on the web at www.cntelectricllc.com and spell out the word "and."
Something big is coming. Something so big, it'll change the world of chicken sandwiches. Zaxby's new signature sandwich with Zax sauce or new spicy Zax sauce. Because the chicken sandwich war ain't over yet. The new signature sandwich. All the other little sandwiches can run along. We'll take it from here.
Hey, this is Doug Roberts, long-term resident of Alexander City. I sold my house with Century 21 Lake Area Realty because all my life I had heard that to sell a house, you need 3 things: location, location, location. I found out there's actually 4. You need location, 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 and Rhonda Gaskins at Century 21 Lake Area Realty to sell your house fast.
Call me today and let me go to work for you. 256-749-3644.
Tails are wagging and pets are bragging about Zoom to Groom. Columbus, Phoenix City, and Sioux Station. Zoom to Groom comes to you. It's mobile pet grooming from the comfort of your driveway. Schedule your appointment now online at zoomtogroom.net or by phone at 334-740-9909.
Brubaker Motors in Montgomery is the largest and fastest growing used car dealership in the River Region. You can absolutely get a better buy at Brubaker. It's better at Brubaker.com.
Brubaker! Brubaker! Brubaker!
can absolutely get a better buy at Brubaker.
BREWBAKER. BREWBAKER.com.
It's better at BrewBaker.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and JJ here with you. Only 20 more minutes left in today's show, brought to you each and every day by Mortgage Pro, the Eric McKinley team. Saving people thousands of dollars each and every year on their home mortgage. Give them a call today, 256-397-0248. 256-397-0248. Mortgage Pro, the Eric McKinley team. We're looking at best and worst case scenarios for SEC football teams in 2022. Alabama 12-0, LSU 9-3, Arkansas 10-2. How about Texas A&M 11-1, the best case scenario? One loss in the league, 8-4, the basement for this Aggie program.
You know, it's interesting that such a wide swing, right? I mean, there's a big difference between 11-1 season, 8-4 season, right? And I think it tells you something about Jimbo and sort of the general perception.
We've seen a lot more 8-4.
It's like, man, they got a lot of players over there now. And then you look at Jimbo and you go, but is he going to do anything with them? We just don't know. So, yeah, I actually don't really disagree with that. I could, if the quarterback situation is right, I've said this about Jimbo all along. If he has the right quarterback, he can win you a lot of games, win a championship. If he doesn't, he tends to struggle.
Well, how quickly are some of these guys, they brought in the best recruiting class in the history of recruiting classes, right?
Yeah.
So to speak, on paper. So are these guys going to come in and contribute right away? It's going to be a very talented roster.
Yeah.
But like you said, I've seen a talented roster. They had a talented roster last year, and they won 8 games.
Yeah,
so,
it's to me, it's quarterback with Jimbo. Yeah. If he's got the quarterback to win, he'll win.
They didn't even have a starter yet. So
yeah, but I think if he's dealing with another year of, like they had last year, nothing wrong with the guys they had last year. Haynes King. To me, if you give Jimbo an elite quarterback, he can win you a lot of games or a championship.
Is King an elite quarterback?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so. So, but we'll find out.
We'll find out. The Auburn Tigers, 8-4, the ceiling for this program. 4-8, 1-7 in the league, the basement. One win in conference is the basement for this Auburn football program. What say
you? I'm trying to find a way to increase the ceiling, right?
I could see 9 wins. I mean, that would. I could figure out a way for us to get to 9 wins.
I could see 9 wins.
8-4 is probably about. It may be about right.
8-4 may be about right. If it's 4-8 though, we're having a whole other conversation.
If it's 4-8 and 1-7, Terry is in Auburn with a
a moving truck.
With him,
yeah. No, if it's
and I
4-8,
think everybody else
1-7.
is with him.
Yeah. So
Brian
I don't know.
not.
You would like to say second year program takes a jump, right?
Yeah.
I can't get out of my mind the turmoil of November, December, January. I can't get in my mind.
1-7 is Brian Harsin.
Gone. Gone. I mean,
no question.
But 1-7 in the league, he doesn't see that 7th loss. Let's put it that way.
He didn't even coach in the Iron Bowl.
No, that's in my opinion. Because why would you do that? You win the Iron Bowl and you give people an excuse to want to keep him. No, you pull the trigger. But I don't think they're a 1-7 team in the league. Obviously, if that happens, there are problems more deeply rooted than we realize.
I think that's a fair statement. Ole Miss 10-2 the high, 6-6 the low, 2-6 in the league.
Told you I don't see this as a 10-2 team. I did see Ole Miss as a 10-2 team last year.
Yes, you did.
I don't see this team as a 10-2 team. I think they're more of that 8-win.
Questions at quarterback again?
Yeah, I think they're more of that 8-win team. They'll do fine. I mean, and Lane Kiffin will be over there drawing up plays, and they'll score some points.
They won't play defense.
Yeah, but they played a little bit better last year.
A little bit.
So,
which, well, going from horrendous to, not bad.
Yeah.
Or not terrible.
The largest mountain is scaled with a first step.
That's what they say.
Yeah.
Mississippi State, 8-4 the high, 4-4 in the league, 4-8, 1-7. So Auburn the same. They figure Auburn and Mississippi State are about on par with each other.
About on par is what they're saying, yeah. I don't disagree with the Mississippi State thing at all.
I think they could get a little bit higher. I've said that I think Mississippi State, because they got so much coming back, because they got stability at quarterback, because they I think their ceiling may be a little higher than 8-4, but I'm not going to disagree with the worst case scenario either.
Yeah, my question is, you put Rodgers back there. Who's protecting that guy? They lost arguably the best pass blocker in the country last year. And that guy was hard to get around.
Yeah.
Who's protecting him this year against SEC West edge rushers? I think Mike Leach is a poor fit in the Southeastern Conference. I never thought he was as great as everybody thought he was all those years anyway.
Yeah.
But I think he's a terrible fit in the Southeastern Conference, and
Well, I don't think he's great. I just think you're not gonna have a losing record usually.
Yeah.
You're usually gonna end up 7-8 wins.
I'm gonna say 6 or so, somewhere in there.
That's how they're going to finish?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, somewhere in the middle of that 8-4, 4-8.
So you figure that's about perfect,
They probably hit that one right on.
Okay. Braves just got a couple of minutes left. Braves are 14-17, 7 games behind the Mets. Are you still okay?
Nah, I'm not worried about it at this
not
point.
Worried about it.
We've got 130 games left.
Yeah.
130.
Matt Olson has gone from 385 to 270 in about 2 or 3 weeks here, 2.5 weeks.
Yeah, reality set in a little bit there. Not really. I keep saying it's when you're within striking distance of 500 this early in the year, you gotta. Now, if I were a Cubs fan, it's time to throw everything out the window.
If you're a Reds fan, I don't know why you're still a Reds fan.
Yeah. But no, I'm not. And like I said, now, if Charlie Morton's going to struggle like this all year, Braves are in some trouble. Acuna's back now. Acuna looks like Ronald.
What do you think is going on with Matson? He just can't seem to.
I don't know. Can't seem to find the control.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's like a golfer getting the yips, right? I don't know, but to me, the Braves are sitting fine. 7 games back with 131 to play. Better get on a streak. So I'm not that. With 131 to play, I'm just not that worried about it.
Yeah. Be nice for Duval to get up above the Mendoza line.
Boy, I tell you. But he has improved as of late. Yeah. We've seen some flashes of improvement.
Finally hit the ball out of the park a little bit.
Dansby Swanson's up to 233 now. And he was in a terrible start there. Austin Riley cooled off a little bit from a hot start. He knew that would come, and he'll get hot again, and that'll happen. So, I don't know. Just not that worried about it right now. I think the team's fine, and I don't trust the Mets to do anything. So,
up against the break, we'll be back with one final segment of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
Folks around these parts have known for a long time that Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280, is your #1 stop for automotive service and repair. At Walls Tire, you'll always find quality service at a fair price on everything from AC, name brand tires, big or small repairs, routine maintenance, towing, and more. When your car or truck needs to run right, there's one place in the area to go, conveniently located and easy to find. Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280.
Russell Do-It Center and building supply stores have the tools and materials to get the job done right, whether you're a professional contractor or just a weekend do-it-yourselfer. With everyday customer conveniences like a drive-through lumberyard, price match promise, and our Best Rewards program, each of our 9 locations offer top brands and building materials like lumber, hardware, tools, paint, lawn and garden, and much more. Visit today and see what Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply can help you build tomorrow.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
Don't be caught in a dirty vehicle. Lake Martin Mobile Detailing will have your vehicle or boat looking like brand new in no time, and you'll be back driving in style. They specialize in detailing, paint correction, gel coat restoration, and ceramic coating. Take it to the professionals at Lake Martin Mobile Detailing. Call them today at 256-794-2328 or stop by and see them at 702 McCarty Road in Dadeville. Mention this ad and receive $10 off. Lake Martin Mobile Detailing for your cleanest vehicles around.
WOTM is the television provider for all Alabama High School Athletic Association championship events and special programs. WOTM is your home for the Super 7 football, state finals basketball, baseball and softball state championships, the AHSAA weekly show, and WOTM also produced the first ever football playoff show, Super 7 preview show, and reclassification reveal show. Your exclusive home for all things AHSAA is WOTM. Contact your local cable provider to request WOTM to your channel lineup.
Need that boost to get you started in the morning or help get you through a long day at the office? Alex City Nutrition is your answer. Alex City Nutrition, located on 2nd Broad Street in downtown Alex City, offers meal replacement shakes, post-workout shakes, extreme rebuild products, and a vast array of loaded teas that offer focus, energy, and build up your immunity and overall health. Want to buy in bulk? We now offer your favorite flavors by the gallon. Come by Alex City Nutrition today or call 256-496-8284 to begin your journey to great health.
The Eric McKinley team at Mortgage Pro in Alexander City is the perfect lender for all your mortgage needs. Property values have increased and interest rates have never been so low. So if you haven't looked at refinancing your house in the last 6 to 12 months, Mortgage Pro is here to help you take advantage of that. Our team is closing loans in 15 days or less, so give us a call at 256-397-0248 and let our team go to work for you today.
Growing your business isn't just one thing, it's a million little things. Should you lease, rent, or own? How fast can you get that part? Does it fit the budget? That's what your local cat dealer is here for. With expert advice, flexible financing, and industry-leading equipment, you can get the job done, day after day. Visit ThompsonCat.com, your compact equipment provider.
Welcome back, everyone, to the final segment of the Auburn Blitz on this beautiful Wednesday afternoon. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. Again, the SEC tournament, SEC softball tournament, getting underway in earnest today. 11 o'clock, that was the start. It was Mississippi State and LSU. I'm not sure how that one's going. I haven't seen the score on that one as of yet, but Auburn will play Missouri. That's the 10-7 seed at 1:30, and then later on it's Texas A&M, who defeated South Carolina. They'll take on the 5 seed Florida at 4 o'clock, and then tonight 6:30 Georgia and Ole Miss in the 9-8 matchup. So Auburn looking to maybe go to the second round. If they do, then they will play Alabama, who, oddly enough, they did not play during the regular season. How in the world that happens where you let Auburn and Alabama not play? I mean, I get
Commish,
it.
where you at? Yeah.
I mean, you know, there's an odd number of teams because Vandy doesn't have a softball team. But you just can't let that happen. That just seems odd. All right, it is May the 11th. On this day, 1963, Sandy Koufax threw his second. I believe he had 5 no-hitters in his career. Defeating Juan Marichal. That's something.
I would just like to say, I wish I could say that I've watched Sandy Koufax pitch against Juan Marichal. I mean, what a matchup.
Really.
Yeah.
Looking back on that, I mean, that'd be like the day. I think wasn't there it seemed like if I remember right, there was a time when the Cubs and the Yankees played, and it was like later in their careers, but it was like Maddox and Clemens, a matchup. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
1972, Willie Mays, on this day, traded to the Mets for pitcher Charlie Williams and cash.
There you go.
An older.
How much cash?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
1980, on this day, 39-year-old, this just amazes me, 39-year-old Pete Rose steals second, third, and home in one inning for the Phillies.
Charlie Hustle.
I mean, you would never. When's the last time you saw somebody steal home in the major leagues?
Yeah.
Number one, he steals second, third, and home in one inning. And he's 39 years old. Yeah, Charlie Hustle. Happy birthday on this day, May the 11th, Willis Augustus Lee. He was actually an admiral in World War II in Guadalcanal, and then he went on to win, I think, 5 gold medals in the 1920 Olympics.
Wow.
Well, actually, this is before. In shooting, what do you call that? Rifle, I guess. Yeah, in the Olympics. So, very talented fellow. Irving Berlin, born on this day, 1888.
Composer.
He wrote "God Bless America," as well as
among many other things.
Many considered maybe one of the greatest, if not the greatest, songwriters in history, really. Charlie Gehringer, Major League Hall of Fame second baseman with the Tigers, born on this day, 1903. Rip Sewell from Decatur, Alabama, was the National League wins leader in 1943, also an All-Star, born on this day, 1907. Foster Brooks. Do you remember Foster Brooks?
The name is familiar. Remind me.
The lovable Lush. He was the guy that always was the Dean Martin roast that would come out and act drunk.
Yeah.
I don't know why that was considered so funny back in the 70s.
That's still funny. That's still funny today.
Okay. Born on this day, 1912. Foster Brooks. Denver Pyle.
Related to Gomer?
Uncle Jesse.
Oh, okay.
Or if you prefer, Briscoe Darling from Andy Griffith. 1920. Milt Pappas, 1939, famous for being the Reds traded Frank Robinson to the Orioles for Milt Pappas.
They did.
Milt Pappas went on to win, I think, 20 games.
Okay.
For the Reds. And Frank Robinson went on to do what he did. He was considered to be old at 30.
Gotcha.
Had a pretty good second half, though, of his career, Frank Robinson. Eric Burden.
Of the Animals, House of the Rising Sun. Also a decent little solo career. He did Spill the Wine.
There you go.
That's one of his.
There you go. Mike Lupica, sports writer.
Terrific sports writer.
Very good. Mike Herndon.
Mark Herndon.
Mark Herndon. What did I say, Mike? Mark Herndon. Drummer for Alabama.
Yes, okay. All right.
And oddly enough, from Massachusetts.
There you go.
Born on this day, 1955, Martha Quinn.
One of the original VJs on MTV.
Who didn't have a crush on her when MTV came?
I mean, everybody did.
1959, Steve Bono. Backup for... Backup quarterback for Joe Montana.
Joe Montana, yeah.
49ers, and then got traded to Kansas City and was a backup to him there, too.
Yeah.
But then I think he actually ended up, that was in 94. 95, he led them to like a 13-3 record.
Yeah, Steve Bono was a pretty good player.
He was a good player.
Yeah.
It was like, think about the 49ers. He was a third-string backup for Steve Young and Joe Montana.
Yeah.
That was a pretty good lineup. You got Natasha Richardson. Unfortunately, she passed away. Skiing accident. Former wife of Liam Neeson. Tim Blake Nelson from Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? No. Eric Young, EY.
Safety.
Braves first base coach.
No, okay. All right. Good.
Jeffrey Donovan, Burn Notice, Matt Leinart, 04 Heisman winner, and Cameron Newton. Born on this day, 1989. Your 2010 Heisman winner. And 2015 NFL MVP. And Auburn National Championship quarterback.
Correct.
He's JJ. I'm Andy. So long for now, everybody. We'll talk again soon.